Welcome to a world where archaeological finds defy classification, throwing doubt on conventional wisdom and leaving us confused. We explore the mysterious realm of great archaeological mysteries, where objects and discoveries appear to defy the standard classifications that academics frequently use. Come along on an exploration of the oddities found in the field of archaeology, where the familiar dissolves and the mysterious assumes a central role. We solve the riddles that have puzzled academics for years, from objects that appear to be out of time to buildings that cast doubt on our knowledge of historical civilizations. We'll look at the unusual, the puzzling, and the plain enigmatic archaeological discoveries that defy expectations. Number 1. Göbekli Tepe. The paradigm-shifting megalithic site Göbekli Tepe is the oldest in the world for its sort by a wide margin. The T-shaped limestone pillars, some of which weigh up to 10 tons, mark out over 20 circular structures believed to have been used for ritualistic or funerary purposes, or possibly both. The carvings on the pillars depict humans, snakes, spiders, lions, scorpions, and other creatures more closely related to primal fears and fascination than sources of a living. This discovery in the Jurmis Mountains of southeast Anatolia, close to Urfa, Turkey, is astounding because it was purposefully buried approximately 11,000 years ago. This indicates that the pre-Neolithic hunter-gatherers were able to dedicate a great deal of time, energy, and resources to the construction of what is now known as Göbekli Tepe. The discovery was made in the 1990s. All of this occurred in what appears to have been the absence of organized religion, permanent settlements, or even agricultural beliefs that formed the basis for other well-known monuments, and are believed to have only emerged when civilization relieved the immediate strain of meeting daily necessities. Number 2. Pompeii. Imagine living your summer day just like you normally would in this stable environment, only to be destroyed by an unexpected calamity and left frozen in time, or rather preserved forever by volcanic ash and rubble. The luxurious Roman city of Pompeii, along with a large number of its residents, was destroyed and buried when Mount Vesuvius, a stratovolcano close to the present-day Italian city of Naples, erupted on a fateful morning in AD 79. Eventually, the city was perfectly preserved for archaeologists to rediscover in the middle of the 18th century. Even though there are still only roughly 2/3 of the once popular tourist destinations left, maintenance of the parts that are still exposed has taken precedence over efforts to destroy the dwellings that are still visible in the daylight. Next up, number 3. Stonehenge. The Circle of Stone Trilithons on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, southern England, is one of the most recognizable and enigmatic megalithic formations in the world. It is estimated by researchers that Stonehenge took 20 to 30 million man-hours to build, working in 3 phases over a period of 1,500 years. The purpose of Stonehenge remains mostly unknown even after decades of research. Although it has been widely accepted that the building represents an important burial site, its exact astrological alignments point to a far more complex narrative. Moving on, number 4. Ancient animal traps. Since pilots discovered low stone walls in the early 20th century, crisscrossing the deserts of Israel, Egypt, and Jordan, the walls have baffled archaeologists. The network of lines, which experts have dubbed kites due to their appearance from the air, may stretch up to 40 miles in length and were abandoned a long time ago. They date back to 300 BC. A recent study suggests that the kite's goal was to direct wild animals toward a tiny pit where they could be readily murdered in great numbers, which may help to shed some light on the riddle. This effective approach implies that local hunters were more knowledgeable than previously believed about the habits of the local wildlife. Number 5. Shroud of Turin. The mysterious Shroud of Turin, which many people think to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ, is arguably one of the most debated archaeological finds. This lengthy twill piece of cloth has the darkening impression of a man's body on it, along with bloodstains. When the fabric first turned up at a church in Lirey, France in AD 1353, the Catholic Church officially documented the shroud's presence. However, the shroud legend goes back to 30 or 33 AD. That tale states that the shroud was brought from Judea, which is now southern Palestine, to Edessa, Turkey, and then to Constantinople, which is now Istanbul. The fabric was sent to Athens, Greece after the Crusaders plundered Constantinople in 1204, and it was supposedly kept there until 1225. The cloth was not handled by researchers until the 1980s when they attempted to use radiocarbon dating to calculate the cloth's actual age. They discovered that the purported burial linen of Jesus was, in fact, made sometime between the years AD 1260 and AD 1390. Stated differently, the scientists concluded that the fabric was probably a medieval forgery. The shroud appears newer than it actually is, however. Detractors of this research contend that the scientists might have dated newer pieces of the shroud, which were sewn together centuries after Jesus' death. Number 6. Scrolls from the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea Scrolls are an enormous collection of writings that were written between the 8th century BC and the 11th century AD and have been preserved through miraculous means. In addition to being the oldest known version of the Old Testament beyond the Masoretic text by more than 1,000 years, they also span multiple languages and address a variety of more commonplace subjects, like court documents and marriage or divorce decrees. The most well-known and abundant pieces were found in Qumran caves, which are close to the Dead Sea's northwest coast. These were discovered between 1947 and 1956, and over the Jordan Valley and the Judean desert. Related bits of parchment, papyrus, and copper have been connected. These are some of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries ever. Even with everything we now know about past history, many archaeological finds remain mysterious. Most discoveries provide us with a glimpse into history. Some discoveries, nevertheless, contradict what is generally believed to be true about the capacities of ancient civilizations. What are your thoughts about these findings? Don't forget to write your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's meet again with our next video.